Hey everybody, welcome to Aerospace Rocketry's YouTube channel. A lot of you people know me. I'm a high-powered rocket enthusiast. This channel is dedicated to high-powered rocketry. First thing I gotta ask is we are approaching over 1,500 subscribers, and I really would appreciate if you could like and subscribe this video. Would really help the channel out, and I would appreciate that. But you know, I just got my 30-year pin from Tripoli Rocketry Association. Been doing high power for a long time, and recently, about a year or so ago, I got my level 3, and it's been fun. And if you check out some of the videos here, full scale AMRAMs, full scale Sidewinder was my newest one. We are working on a 2-stage Elon Musk Starship. We were supposed to launch at LDRS, but we didn't make it up there. With the weather conditions the way they are, our group decided not to go up. So the rocket sits actually behind me, or behind the camera, waiting for launch. Hopefully we can get it done in Maryland. We'll see. But a little bit disappointed we couldn't get that rocket up. It's ready to go. The engines are loaded, the chutes are packed, and we're ready to go. But I wanted to do a quick video on where most of us rocketry guys came from, right? We came from SD's rockets. I think Quest was around for a while. Aerotech makes mid-range rocketry. So dads and moms out there, one thing I wanted to mention is, you know, a lot of kids today don't have hobbies. They're on their phone all the time, and it's just amazing. They sit home all day long. Rocketry is a great way to get the kids out to a small field. You don't need anything too big, and learn a little bit about rocketry. Learn a little bit about how rockets work, and the excitement of watching these things go up is pretty cool. There's all different size engines. So the best way I would recommend to get started in rocketry, if you don't want to build a rocket, like this one here, this is an older model, but it's got balsa fins that are glued on, and you got to build these from scratch. But if you want to get started quicker, you can buy one of these. This is already built. It's got a motor tension ring in it. The parachute, everything is you know, on here already for you. So this one is a lot easier to launch right out of the box. And every one of these, you know, whether you're doing high power or you're doing small SD's rockets, they all do the same thing, in a sense that there is an engine in the back for propulsion, which drives a rocket up. You learn about stability, about the fins and how they control the rocket to make sure it goes straight. Then there's an ejection charge that blows out the parachute. When the ejection charge goes off, this blows out. An ejection charge is a little black powder at the top of the engine, and you get the thrust phase first, you get a coast phase, and then boom, blows out the parachute. And these are very simple to build. This was a kit also. It didn't take much to build it. You can build it in 20 minutes or half an hour, but it just gives you loads and loads of fun. And I really, now that the hobby's coming back, and I see a lot of college kids doing bigger projects, they're shooting their rockets almost to space now. It's just incredible. But this is a great starting point for smaller kids. And dads and moms, I'm telling you, this is a great little hobby. They're not that expensive to get into. This is probably a $25 to $30 kit, rocket kit. And they're all powered by smaller engines or motors or whatever you want to call them. The high-powered rocketry motors, of course, are much, much bigger than this. And there's letter designations on these motors. And the letter designation really is the power of the motor, the total impulse. We don't have to get into all kinds of impulses and things like that. But the big thing to remember is this is a B motor, twice as powerful as an A motor, half as powerful as a C. 6 is the Newton seconds, and 4 is seconds before the parachute comes out. So once you light this motor, black powder burns. It's a black powder motor. burns up to a time delay. It burns for 4 seconds, and then at the very top, there's a little charge that blows this way, that blows the parachute out. Very simple. All of these are lit by, and these are older, so there's some new ones out there, electronically fired. So you can get way back away from the launch pad, and they come with a launch pad kit. There's kits out there that come with a launch pad, with the launcher, with the rocket already built, and 2 or 3 motors to get you started. It's a real fun hobby, and if Dad gets into it like I have, and my kids have followed me, my kids are older now, but we were always at the park doing smaller rockets and then the medium-sized rockets, and then I got into high power in the 90s and have been doing it since. But and you have other hobbies out there, right? You've got RC airplanes, you got RC cars, you got different things that kids can get interested in. But I think rocketry just gives you a little bit more on the scientific side. It gets them more interested in rocketry. Maybe they start watching rockets go up on TV. Elon Musk, he shoots Falcon 9s and satellites into space almost twice a week now. It's just become very routine. And so to get the kids interested in that kind of thing, I think is very important, and get them away from their iPhone for a little bit. But again, these are just 3 little kits that you can build, pack the parachutes in, and each time of course, there is a shock cord here too, which is a little piece of elastic that so that there's not too much energy to rip out the rubber or rip out the mount that's in here. And then you just kind of stuff it all in there, pack the chute nicely. A lot of people recommend using a little bit of baby powder so the plastic chutes don't stick, because most of the chutes in the smaller rockets are just little plastic ones. But once you put this all in like this, and we'll get this in here for you. Okay, then on the back, there's a motor retention clip, and the motor goes in like this. This is, like, again, a B-size motor, and these can be easily adjusted. If it doesn't fit in the hole, you can actually remove some of the paper, because sometimes the paper is a little bit thicker. This motor here, this is a C motor, which is a little bit more powerful. You can actually see how much more propellant is in that. And this is a C6-5, which has a 5-second delay. Let me see if I can get this one in. It looks like this hole is a little bit too tight in here. Here, we'll do this. We flew this rocket not too long ago. This has a screw retention type thing on it. And there you go. For display, you don't have to have the fins on, but when it flies, you need the fins to keep it stable. So we'll pull that motor out. And look, I even removed some of the paper on that, because sometimes these things are a little tight and you don't want to get stuck in there. But that goes right in like that. In this particular rocket, you need to have the fins put back on. And just screw this back on like this. This holds the motor so that when the ejection charge goes off for the parachute, the motor doesn't pop out on you. All right. And that's it. Put it on the pad. There's guides here. The rod goes right through these little guides. The reason for a rod on the launch pad is to make sure the rocket has enough speed so that the wind is flying over these fins to keep it stable. If you light it like this without a guide rail, even in high power, there's big guide rails. Our guide rails go 6, 7, 8 feet or taller to make sure the rocket has enough speed that it's stable. If you light this here on the ground, there's not enough speed for it to be stable. It literally would take off and just go sideways. So you always want to use the right launch pad, the right launch rod, and slide it down on there. And you put tiny little igniters in. These are tiny, you probably can't see them real well, but there's a little tiny like match head at the top of these, and they connect to the launcher. And stick it in there, tape it in, and have fun. So again, this is a good hobby for kids. It's safe. There's never really been any injuries with rocketry. Just don't be stupid about it. Be smart. It is a hot flame that comes out of the back of that rocket. Just make sure you're far back enough away when you do launch them. So these are the 3. My grandsons actually and we go out to the field, and that's what we're flying now. and they love it. They're excited. They run after it, so recovery is a lot easier. So that's what I got. I wanted to make this short video for you. Like and subscribe. Aerospace Rocketry. Thank you for joining again. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. We're really on a cusp of breaking 1,500 and going to 2,000 subscribers. Really could use your help, so I appreciate it. And have a great day.